नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चादेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेमावदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरे तुसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभद्रेन्द्र। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। So we yeah. So the okay. So let us have a revision of the yesterday's session. So we saw God, God. So Godhead. So whether God is person, impersonal, God is a person, right? Then we discuss about should we worship, and the Arjuna asked the question, should we worship the impersonal form or the personal form? And Arjuna replied, the personal form. And what are the options? So if somebody, so best is to absorb in Krishna. Somebody says, oh, I cannot absorb in Krishna. Okay, at least practice sadhana bhakti. Practice every day chanting the holy names of the Lord, come to temple, take association of devotees, read Bhagavad Gita. Okay, if I cannot do that, then do some service for Krishna. If you cannot do that also, then at least offer the results of your work. And then we saw the qualities of devotee, which is very dear to Krishna. So now the 12th chapter is there. So what we saw till now, the summary is how to achieve bhakti through one's work. That is called karma yoga. That you use your work to obtain bhakti is called karma yoga, which is talk about first to 1 to 6 chapters. That offer the fruits of work to me. That such a person is a sannyasi, such a person is a jnani. Then 13 to 18 chapter how to achieve bhakti through knowledge, jnana yoga. And 7 to 12 is bhakti yoga, which is actually a jewel of Bhagavad Gita. There. But now we say, okay, if Krishna is talking about bhakti, now why is talking about jnana? A question may come that now Krishna has talked about bhakti, now why is talking about jnana now? So bhakti should be the end. So why Krishna is speaking about jnana? So the answer is Krishna had said in the 10th chapter, Tesha Ivanu Kampartham Amajnana Jam Tamaha Nashami Ad Bhavasto Gyan Deepen Bhasvata. If you remember that Krishna had said this point that I myself remove the darkness of ignorance in a devotee's heart. This is what Krishna had told in Bhagavad Gita. Now, how he gives knowledge, Dadami Buddhi Yogamam. So 13 to 18 chapter, Krishna is actually giving the knowledge by which devotees come to Satoguna. They don't get affected by Lord's Maya. So that's why Lord is mentioning about now 13 to 18 chapter the Jnana, which is something very, very important even for the devotees to learn. You may say, I am a devotee. Why should I learn Jnana? And this is very important even for the devotees to learn. The Jnana given in Bhagavad Gita. So, therefore, this Jnana will help us to actually learn about much more. So four parts are there today: field of activities, items of knowledge, soul and super soul, journey of his soul. So Arjun Avacha first says, he asks a question. Prakatim purusham cheva kshetram kshetragamev cha etad veditumecchami jnanam jeyam cha keshavah. Shri Bhagavan uvacha idam shariram kantaye kshetram ittabhidiyate etatto veditam prahu kshetragya iti tadvidah. So Arjuna asks a question. Six things he asks. What is Prakriti Purushastha? If you see, he started Prakritim Purusham Cheva, Kshetra Kshetragya. So what is Prakriti? Prakriti means nature. Please tell me about what is the nature. Tell me about the Purusha. Tell me about the Kshetra, Kshetragya. Tell me about Jnanam and Geyam. Now, whole this chapter of Bhagavad Gita, this 16th, the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will be talking about the six things. Right? Jnanam, Geyam, Jnanagamyam. Prakriti Purushastha Kshetra Kshetragya. So whole chapter will be discussing about this. So be very attentive, is very Jnana, and I will also talk about a movie. Right? So be attentive for that also. So king knows all the field. Now what is Kshetra and Kshetragya? You see Kshetra. Kshetra is called this body. This body is called Kshetra. Right? Like person has a field. And that field is called Kshetra, farm. And the farmer is the person who tills the farm. The same way our body and our field of activities is called Kshetra. And who is the Kshetragya? Two people are the Kshetragya. Kshetragya. Agya means who knows the Kshetra. It's called Kshetragya. And Kshetra is our field of activities is called Kshetra. The Kshetra and Kshetragya. Right? Kshetra and Kshetragya. So now, okay, my question is this, like we get a house on rent. Like many of us would be living in rented house, isn't it? We are living in a rented house. But when you rent a house, you live in the house, and afterwards, the house is taken from you. When the rent time is over, you pay. The same way, who gives us this body? And we are just a knower in the body, then this body is taken away from us. Which is called. So this body is not our permanent asset. So there is difference between us and this body. I am not this body, I am a spirit, soul. It's the same concept, but Krishna is explaining it very differently now. That the soul, individual soul, is the Kshetragya, is the knower of the body. See, I reside in the body and I am the Kshetragya. I know this body. I'm not this body, but I'm the knower of this body. And just like for a farmer, his kshetra is very important. His farm is very important. So for the soul, this body is very important. As a farmer is dependent upon all his livelihood upon the kshetra, we are also, the soul is dependent upon this kshetra, the body given by God. There. And the whole point of knowledge is, now what is happening? We are thinking kshetra and kshetragya to be the same in problem of our life. We think that we are the body. We don't understand that Mai as Kshetragya is different from the Kshetra. So one of the point of knowledge. So what is Jnanam? So there are process of knowledge. It's called Jnanam. And what is the object of knowledge? The soul and the super soul. The Kshetragya is the object of knowledge. Now there are two Kshetragyas in the body. Kshetra is the body and the field of activities. Now Kshetragya, there are two Kshetragya. Can anybody say who are two Kshetragyas? Okay. Yes, Prince Prabhu. Who is a Kshetragya? Okay, here too. Yes. So many have answered soul and God. Very nice. Soul and super soul. So just like, but there is a difference. Now, if in a kingdom, in a Rajya, the farmer will know his field, but farmer will not know other person's field. but a king will know everybody's field, right? King will have right over everybody's field and will have there. The same way the Kshetragya, the super soul, knows everybody's Kshetra. And the soul as Kshetragya knows only his Kshetra. That is the difference between soul and the super soul. The same Kshetragya, the super soul, is in everyone's heart. So therefore, there are two Kshetragyas. One Kshetragya is we, the soul, another Kshetragya is a God, the super soul, the Paramatma, there, residing in the both body, right? There. Now, what is Prakriti? What is Prakriti? Three gunas of the Prakriti. Prakriti Kiramanani, Gune Karmani, Sarvasha, material nature. The nature consists of three modes, is प्रकृति. तीन गुणों से जो बंधी हुई है वो क्या है? प्रकृति है. एंड पुरुष कौन है? अगेन पुरुष भी दो तरह के हैं. एक तो ये सोल पुरुष बन के बैठा हुआ है, वांट टू एंजॉय, बट एक्चुअल पुरुष कौन है? परमात्मा, गॉड. वी आर एक्चुअली प्रकृति, बट वी आर ट्राइंग टू बी पुरुषा. एंड व्हाट इज ज्ञानम? द प्रोसेस ऑफ नॉलेज. हाउ डू यू अटेन द नॉलेज ऑफ क्षेत्र एंड क्षेत्रज्ञ? द ज्ञेयम. एंड व्हाट इज ज्ञेयम? Who's to be known? Kshetragya is to be known. The soul and the super soul. So these 6 questions Krishna Arjuna is asking there. Now based on the 6 questions, we'll go deeper. The first lesson we learn, we are not his body. We are just having this body like a farmer has his farm. So we are on a rented place. We are in a rented place. It's not our own permanent place because this body will end one day. And when the rent agreement will end, we don't know. जितनी चाबी भरी राम ने उतना चला खिलाना. किस दिन इसका रेंट एग्रीमेंट खत्म हो जाए हमको नहीं पता. You get the point there. So see, Prakriti is the body also, but the Kshetragya and Kshetra concept is different. So king knows all the fields, farmer knows only his field and the soul. Now the soul has 5 levels of consciousness: Annamay, Pranamay, Jnanmay, Vijnanmay, Anandmay. Now what is Annamay? You see a child, whatever he sees, he will put in mouth. Now many of you who are mothers will have a difficult time. जो यहाँ पर माताएं हैं, अपने बच्चों को बचाने के लिए बहुत समय लगता होगा ना, कि बच्चे जाते हैं नैपथिलिन बॉल भी खा लेंगे, कुछ ये भी खा लेंगे, बच्चों के पीछे भागना पड़ता है. क्यों? बच्चे को जो कुछ खाने का डालो मुंह में, कुछ नहीं सोचते. तो कौन सी चेतना है? अन्नमयी. लाइक एज वी ग्रो अप, हम ये भी सोचते हैं खाने के पहले, अरे मेरे शरीर के लिए अच्छा है या नहीं है, प्राण होने चाहिए. वी वर्क हार्ड, राइट, टू हैव a status quo, come first in the class. So that is pranamay, struggle for life. Now after some time person think, oh, I have sufficiently, let me sit peacefully. Then people come to jnanamay, manomay, fine, life enjoy, not just in a rat race. Then very rare person understand what is the purpose of life. Who am I? Right? So all of you are coming for this Gita session. This is the 13th day. I will really applaud all the devotees who have come today, right? Who have the devotees and the upcoming devotees. It's a great thing. I don't think, so coming, it may be in your first time in your life that for continuously you're hearing this 13 days Krishna Katha, 1 hour every day. How many of you say this is the first time that you're hearing like this? Please raise your hands. There, right? First time you're hearing, and your raising hand will also show me you're active also or not. There. So this is so rare. In fact, I also have taken 18 chapters in Gita continuously first time. I've taken in weeks there. See, every day I have 1 class morning and 1 class evening, most of the times in a week. But you take continuously 18 days like this, it's not there. So you have been coming. So your consciousness is rising. You may thought, oh, I will do this. I could have eaten nicely in the night, watch a TV show, watch some serial, or do my job. But you're taking out the time because your consciousness is rising from Annamayi to Pranamayi to Manomay to Vijnanamay. Right? You're wanting to understand Bhagavad Gita. There's a special there. So the first day, 350 devotees joined. 330 devotees. So now only 136 devotees are there today. So you have passed on those filters and come. And the challenge is to maintain it till 18th chapter. So no, next 4 days are remaining, to continuously coming. And I also applaud the devotees for keeping their videos also on while hearing. Because to keep video on means you have to be very focusedly not do anything else, there. So that also, of course, some may have a genuine problem. Their videos are not on, but those videos who are on, they have kept their purpose. Okay, I'm fully present over there, nothing there. So this shows your consciousness increasing there. From there, most people are saying, okay, I have to do a job, I have to earn money and take care of the family needs and enjoy with my family. So till manomaya stage that people get stuck in this world. But to inquire, Are, who am I? What's the purpose of life? Let me understand. Oh, if I'm not this body, I'm soul. What am I doing here? Right? I'm just doing with all conceptions there. Like I remember if we talk about the food for the soul. So if a whole day, what we are doing? We are giving food for the body only. We get up in the morning, we brush our teeth, right? We take a bath, again body. Then we take our breakfast, again body. Go to office to earn money to feed the body. Our body and body is connected to us, right? And night also come back, take dinner and sleep. So again, body only. But where is the time that we're nourishing our soul? And that's why we don't feel happy and satisfied. There. So you're inquiring, okay, let me know about soul. And when you inquire about soul and understand your relationship with God, to bhakti to God, then our soul is getting satisfied. And that is Anandamay state, where person is feeling that bliss of his consciousness with God and he forget the world. So this is how the consciousness is rising from Anandamay to Pranamay to Manomay to Vijnanamay and finally Anandamay state there. The consciousness is coming. So these are the 5 layers of consciousness which are increasing in life. Now, what is Kshetra? Now, Kshetra consists of 24 elements. Now, what is this 24 elements? Okay, I'll ask one question. If we are not this body, we are spirit soul, then what this body is made up of? This is also again a big subject. Okay, if we are not this body, we are spirit soul, then what this body is made of? So, what do you say? What this body is made of? Like how we are able to smell something, how we are able to see something, we are able to think, we feel hurt, we feel hurt, somebody says something wrong to us. So what are those elements, right? Are they only panchatattvas, earth, water, fire, air, ether? No, there is something beyond. So Kritik Mishra is a small boy, he has answered 24 elements. So you saw the slide, right, Kritik? There. So the beyond this body also many things are acting. Okay, now I'll ask you another thing. When we say eye, आंखें हमारी हम आंखों से देखते हैं. So is it this eye or there is some different eye we have? Yes. Any answer? Any answer? That the eye which we see, which eye it is? Yeah, it is the eye of the mind. See, this eye is only our retina. It's made of Panch Mahabhut. This eye cannot see. For example, if we, I'll show you a beautiful form of Krishna. You're seeing my desktop? You see Radha Shyam Sundar? Beautiful form of Radha Shyam Sundar. Right? So just see it very with full your heart. Beautiful face of Shyam Sundar. These are deities in Skon Vrindavan. Now, close your eyes and try to see them again. Close your eyes and again see them. Okay, now open your eyes. So my question is, your eyes were closed. How did you saw them? Yes, Vaibhav Tiwari.
It was fixed in mind.
Mind. So actually, even without these eyes, we can see, isn't it? Even without these ears, we can hear. So these are acting to take the input from outside, but actually the soul is seeing through the eyes mind. So that means this eye of the mind, eyes, these are also called senses there. So these five senses, eyes, ear, nose, tongue, sense of touch, right? Sense of touch. So that's what is there. See, what is called memory in the uh, photogenic or thing you're in from MBBS, I understand, but that's actually happening in satellite. That's how it Sankhya talks about it. So these are the five senses apart from the body. Are you able to understand? So I'm talking about how it is 24 elements. You want to know, okay, this body, how this body consists of 24 elements. I'm just trying to explain. So five elements is earth, water, fire, air, ether. Then five are the senses. Eyes, ears is called knowledge acquiring senses. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and sense of touch. Sense of touch. You touch some soft thing, then it gives a touch sensation. So these five things are touch. So these are the senses. Then apart from these five, there are working senses. Hands, there are vayus, which connects the working senses. Hands, legs, mouth, we eat, then genitals and rectum. So five working senses there, right? So कितने हो गए? 15 elements हो गए अभी. Then मन, बुद्धि, अहंकार and चित्ता. मन, बुद्धि, अहंकार and चित्ता. Mind, intelligence, false ego. So again another four. So 19 हो गया. अब now senses enjoy what? Eyes enjoy vision, form. Ears enjoy sound. Tongue enjoys taste. So like that 5 हो गया. So 24 elements. So like that the body is consists of 24 elements. Are you understand? So we are who? So who we are? We are soul. And what we are not? So how soul gets awareness? That's called chitta. So the first covering upon the soul is aware. Like somebody is unconscious. He doesn't know what's happening. Why? The first layer is chitta. Second layer is false ego, ahankara, ahankar, which connects the body, which connects the soul to the body, ahankara. Then the mind. How the mind is thinking of and intelligence. So these are four called antakaran, right? Beyond these four antakaran are the subtle senses. Then the working senses. Then earth, water. Like this, there are 24 elements. So I hope you understand this concept. So what we are not, yeah. So what we are not is being shown over here. But if you see, 24 hours we are thinking us to be this elements only. And that's what is a movie of life. See how this life is. I'll explain the 18 items of knowledge, then I will come back. So what is a movie of life? So sound, touch, form, taste, water. Four layers. And how do, now the question I ask you, how do we identify our with body so much? Because Brahmaji in the beginning of the universe, he created these five layers. Self-deception, tamaha. We forget who we are, right? Then moha. First we forget, first we forget uh, who we are, moha. There. Tama means we don't realize कि हमी जो है कौन है. Then moha means we identify with our body. And mahamoha means we identify with the things belonging to the body, property, wealth, relatives, mahamoha. Then sense of death, then anger after frustration, expectations in life. Desires do not get fulfilled, you get frustrated. Then fear of death. So these are the five ignorances which Brahmaji created at the beginning, so that we are always thinking ourselves with the body. Have you wondered? Okay, Bhagavad Gita is saying we are not this body. But if you ask, practically we always think we are a body only, isn't it? Okay, I am a body and I need this, I need this. We always talk in terms of body only. But Bhagavad Gita is telling knowledge means that you are not this body. But whatever we talk in terms of the body only. So what has created this illusion for the soul is this five coverings there. And knowledge means to remove those five coverings. Knowledge means to remove those five coverings there. And what is the process of removing this five covering? So Brahmaji has given the Vedic knowledge to remove this. Therefore, what is real education? See, the word education came edu plus kari, to bring what is within there. So nowadays we see even the children, they go to school, they're not carrying the values what they should get. In fact, there's a cultural degradation in children as they are going to colleges, if you observe this thing there. Though that's not our goal, we send children, we want to there. So today education has more become a skill training program which give you a job so you can live your life, right? So it's not what to bring some qualities within us, the education system which is there. But the real meaning of education is to get the come to the knowledge of soul, right? Now, what are those qualities? What we should learn that we understand soul and super soul? Because what is the game? Soul and the super soul. We should know we are not his body and we are servant, we are devotee of Krishna. We are servant of Krishna. Divere Sarupe Krishnera Nityadas. To understand that Paramatma whom we are learning. So that is a knowledge. That is the object of knowledge. So so education means the whole training of a person should be there to come to this knowledge. And therefore you see Vedic Gurukul, the guru people will child will go to a guru, and Guru, the first thing will teach this knowledge only there. There was no need. Now, today, the education is more about learning a living, earning a living. That's what the whole education system has become. Previously, the whole education was this. So, though we have been into a degree, like for example, when I came to IIT BHU, I thought now I have done into IIT, I'm an electrical engineer, and think my life is successful. But then when I start reading Gita, I understood nothing I know. What is real knowledge? I have been bereft of it. And that's where the search went, Array, we should learn this more knowledge, who we actually are, and that can solve the most of the problems of the life. And that's what the Krishna is talking this first knowledge is about. And it's something very, very important that what are the qualities? So Krishna is saying amanitvam adamhitvam. The first quality is humility. Right? First quality is humility. Because unless we have this quality, then why I need to learn something from somebody, isn't it? See, you've been coming so humbly listening 1 hour, the knowledge of Gita. But if I have all know, I know everything, what I need to know, then there is no point of learning. Only when I know I don't know, that amanitvam, then not expecting respect and taking a humble position and hearing. So that's the first talk and the beginning of the there. Pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide guru, which is also very, very essential. Then cleanness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age, and disease there. Then detachment, freedom from entanglement, even-mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to Krishna, most important, aspiring to live in a solitary place or in association of devotees, and detachment from the general mass of people. Oh, so people may say, अरे तुम भक्त बन गया, ठीक है बोलने दो, चिंता नहीं, हम अपनी भक्ति करेंगे, we will. And accepting the importance of self-realization and philosophical search for the absolute truth. So these are the 18, all this, Krishna says, all this I declare to be knowledge and Beside this, whatever there may be is ignorance. Right? So these are the 18 qualities which is knowledge, and beside everything else is ignorance. Amazing, no? Krishna is saying. Because these are the 18 qualities which takes you close to the knowledge that I'm not this body, I'm soul. Because it has to be cultivated. See, just like I imagine I'm not this body, I'm soul will not happen. When I develop these qualities, then I'm actually behaving that I'm not his body, I'm soul, and there's a super soul who's caring for us there, making our connection with him. So this 18 qualities development is actually the purpose of real education there. See, though, yes, it is now in a today's generation, it is important to send children to schools, otherwise they will not able to earn a living and think. But the real education means this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita there, which bring good qualities. Vidya dadati Vinayam. You heard this word? Vidya Dadati Vinayam. If somebody is learned, he's humble. So first quality is amanitva there. So we will see some of these qualities and learn about them. So most important quality is constant and unalloyed devotion to me. Most important. Why this is most important? If somebody has a Shuddha Bhakti to Krishna, Yasyasya Bhakti Bhagavati Kinchana Sarve Gune Tatra Samasate Sura. All the all the good quality of knowledge develop in one was attain the stage of devotional service. Like you see, many parents have complained कि बच्चे घर पे टीवी देखते रहते हैं, खेल करते रहते हैं, कुछ पढ़ाई नहीं करते, कुछ सीरियस काम नहीं करते. But I have seen when people become devotees, boys become devotees, and when they go home, parents complain उल्टा. अरे ये तो क्या हो गया, टीवी भी नहीं देखता है, अपना बस काम ही करता रहता है, इसको क्या हो गया? Get one? So devotees develop. कहाँ? Those boys were even smoking, drinking, those things. But when they start associating with devotees, follow the process of devotional service, now parents are telling, अरे तू ज़्यादा ही serious हो गया, कुछ मस्ती भी कर ले, कुछ वो भी कर ले, करके. So all good qualities come in a person when one becomes a devotee, right? So one becomes a devotee, all good qualities come in a person, right? That's what happens with it. So, person is like the so the good qualities come in a person. Which kind of person all the good qualities come? So one who has the becoming a devotee of Krishna. So therefore, the first thing quality will talk about, okay, become a devotee. Then Srila Prabhupada will say, the principle of accepting a spiritual master is very important. Even somebody is a devotee, he should have guru. Why? Because transcendental life begins when one accepts a bona fide spiritual master. So हम सोचे ठीक है, हम अपने मन से भक्ति कर लेते हैं, हम ऐसे भक्ति कर लेते हैं, पर ऐसा नहीं होता है. That does not happen कि हम ऐसे भक्ति कर लेंगे, हम वैसे भक्ति कर लेंगे. We have to do bhakti under the guidance of senior devotees who themselves experience how to go ahead in bhakti there. Then when you perform bhakti, then life will be better. Then humility, see, humility doesn't mean, oh, I'm very fallen, मैं ऐसा हूँ, मैं वैसा हूँ. Humility means talk less of yourself, talk more of Krishna. And that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. अरे मुझे appreciate नहीं किया. That craving for appreciation, that should not be there. Either. Of course, we should appreciate other devotees, right? But we should not try to show कि मैंने ये किया वो किया करके. Satisfaction of being honored by others. The material concession of life makes us very eager to receive honor from others. But from the point of view of a man in perfect knowledge, who know that he is not his body, anything honor or dishonor pertaining to this body is useless. Anyway, we are not the body. Right? But Hanumanji, for example, Hanumanji was very brave, but He gave all credit to the Supreme Lord. So non-violence is generally taken to mean not killing or destroying the body, but actually non-violence means not to put others into distress there. So non-violence is generally taken to mean not killing or destroying the body, but actually non-violence means not to put others into distress there. So if you are shouting upon some devotee, some other person in family, that is also violence, not only animal killing. We don't want to put anybody distress by our words, by our thoughts. Even we don't want to think, "Eh, iska satyanas ho jaye, iska ye bura ho jaye." That is also kind of violence, mental violence. Because our mental thoughts also affect other person. If you're thinking bad about somebody, so that also will attack that person. So people in general are trapped by ignorance, the material concept of life, and they perpetually suffer material pains, non-violence to give people spiritual knowledge. And tolerance means that one should be practiced to bear insult and dishonor from others. Prahlad Maharaj, right? He man apmana there. See, many times somebody praises us. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Somebody little bit said, oh, इसने बोल दिया इसको. So considering honor and dishonor to be same. See, how many of you feel that these qualities are not easy to practice? It's a little difficult qualities to practice. How many of you feel that? Right? There. So that's what gives us the knowledge of soul. These qualities there. So cleanliness is essential for making advancement in spiritual life. There are two kinds of cleanliness, external and internal cleanliness. So see, external cleanliness also we have many rules there. You may not know, what are rules for external cleanliness there. And internal cleanliness means when you chant Hare Krishna, all our mental bad thoughts are purified by chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then soul. Okay. The knowledge of soul will you taste nectar. The soul is beginningless, dependent on super soul beyond the cause and effect. There. Now, Paramatma, now Krishna start introducing the subject of Paramatma. He says, Sarvata Panipadam, Tassarvato Kshiro Mukham, Sarvata Shuti Manloke, Sarvama Vrittatishthati. Everywhere are his hands and legs, his eyes, heads and faces, and he has ears everywhere. In this way, the super soul exists, pervading everything. Right? So everywhere are his hands and legs, his eyes, heads, and faces, and he has ears everywhere. And super soul exists everywhere. Now, what does it mean? The super soul, the Lord has sarvata, everywhere are his hands, everywhere are his ears, everywhere are his legs. That means the Paramatma, you know what is the form of Paramatma? How the Paramatma looks like, right? Any one second, I'll just show you how the Paramatma looks like. So this is how the Paramatma is situated in our heart. Now is he sitting or standing? He's standing. And why standing? He's waiting, Baba, when we will come back to him. When we'll come back to him, that's why he's standing. And you see, he's on the lotus flower, his feet, four hands, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, Kritinam, Kundalam, and thing there. And he's the Shirodakshaya Vishnu, expansion of Shri Krishna there. So he's the Paramatma sitting in our heart. So with or because he's situated in every atom, so everywhere are his hands, everywhere are his legs, and there. But at the same time, he's a person. He's a person, a beautiful transcendental person, this Paramatma. And he's right there in our heart. Now, how many of you feeling some kind of joy when you're attending Gita session? Whether you're understanding or not understanding, you're feeling some kind of joy by coming to the sessions. And who is giving that joy? Is this Paramatma? He's happy. अरे अब इतने जन्मों के बाद मेरे बारे में सुनने के लिए तुम आए हो. See, the speaker may not be perfect who is speaking. I'm also trying to speak over there. But what is giving you the happiness of hearing and the inspiration कि चलो अभी रोजाना आना है, is the Paramatma only. Sometimes you bargain also, अरे बहुत ज्यादा हो गया अब नहीं होगा. Then the thought will come, अरे नहीं नहीं कर लेते हैं अच्छी चीज करके. So is the Lord inspiring you from within Paramatma? So the first time you came to devotees, a lot of doubts also would have come, right? What made your journey continue? That's this Paramatma. He's a best friend of the soul. He's a best friend of the jiva, right? Are karke. He said, you're hearing about me, you're learning about me. So nice. It's so thing there. So he's giving you that inspiration. Sometimes you will forget. If suppose you have taken a commitment, I will chant every day 1 round. You will forget. Some thought will come, and then you immediately will complete the rounds. How many have experienced that? There. So this is what the Paramatma is guiding us there. There. See, in one sense, I do not get anything for giving a class there because all our teaching and everything is free of cost. But the satisfaction you get speaking about Krishna, you can't get by hundreds of crores of rupees. If somebody gives you 100 crores, it will probably become a more tension to save your tracks. This problem, many people will go behind you and all that. But the satisfaction which you get speaking about Krishna, there is no satisfaction like this. Why? The Lord becomes happy, the same Paramatma. And he's our friend who is there at every moment of life. He's guiding the Prakriti. His Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. So he's the one who is guiding whole Prakriti. Ki aisa karo, vaisa karo, aisa karo. And we are just sitting in the heart there. And he's making everything happen. So devotee never has to fear anything because his Supreme Lord, his great friend, his father is always there with him to make sure. And when you realize this, you feel so secure and safe in life. Even amidst worries, amidst difficulties, you feel so much. That's the knowledge. That's the game there. So Krishna is talking about the Paramatma. The supreme truth exists outside and inside of all beings. So outside, as in the atoms, and inside the heart, and moving on it because the subtle is beyond the power of the material senses to see or know. All the far, far away in Golok Vrindavan, and is so near sitting in my heart. He's the source of light. He's beyond darkness of nature. He is the goal of knowledge. He is the Gayam. He is the object of knowledge. He is the goal of knowledge. There, Jnanam, Gayam, Jnanagamyam. And is situated in everyone's heart. Now, this verse is very, very important. In fact, this verse becomes the this verse becomes the further link to other chapters of Bhagavad Gita. 14th chapter, 17th chapter, and 18th chapter is based upon this verse of 13th chapter. So what it says is, Purushaha prakritasthato hi bhungte prakriti jan gunan karanam gunasangasya sat asat yoni janmasu. So Purushaha prakritasthato hi. So Purushaha prakriti see Purusha means here the prakriti, Purusha is living entity. I said Purusha also have two meanings. Living entity and the super soul. But in this word, the Purusha refers to is the soul, the Jiva. The Jiva situated in this body, he associates with many, many people. What? He associates always with the gunas. Karanam guna sangasya sat asat yoni janmasu. Now you want to know which body you will get in the next life. Know your modes. You are in goodness, passion, and ignorance. Know it, and that's how you know which type of body you will get next life. Simple. If you are in goodness, and that's why the 14th chapter comes to tell us, okay, which mode I am in and where I will go. So that we will see tomorrow. right? So if you cultivate mode of ignorance, you go down. You cultivate passion, you stay here. You cultivate goodness, you go up. So this is the seed verse, that how am I associating with the modes. So that's how we're getting upgrading or degrading. Like many times you would have heard in your home, then ye nahi karna, ye acha hai, ye bura hai. How do you know everything? How do you know this is acha hai, ye bura hai? How you know this is better, this is not good? This knowledge of the gunas is very important, because with knowledge of gunas only we are going to take the next birth and the next life. The living entity in material nature thus follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature, is due to association with that material nature. Thus, it meets with good and evil amongst various species. Right? So, all good and bad events occur in matter, and soul feel happiness and distress because of Prakriti. Now, I will tell you the movie. Right? I told you about the movie. See, when you go to picture hall, what happens? Right? All of you would have gone to picture hall, isn't it? There, once on that. So picture hall, they make everything dark, right? And three lights come from the projector. You see, projector is all red, blue, green, and they put on the screen, right? Those three lights, and those three lights make everything happen in the movie, right? Everything else is happening with those three lights. So many things are happening. The screen is getting this, and if the heroine cries, we also cry. Hero is doing dishum dishum, we also get into action. And we feel we are in the picture. That's why people pay so much money and go to the picture hall to get absorbed in the movie, which absorption you don't get at the home, right? Which you get in the movie. Now, same way, our life is also a movie. The soul is just sitting in the body. Soul, no transformation happening to the soul. I'm sitting. But the movie starts, and the Prakriti Gunas are there, and we absorb. And I think I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And when death happens, movie is over, everything's over. I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, that gets over because the movie is over. And then you go to another movie. And but a guru comes. Om Gyan Timaradanse Gyanam Jana Shlakya. He opens a light in the picture hall. There is a light beyond this picture also. And especially we need it when there are horror scenes in the movie. Where movie is going bored or there's a horror scene, then you feel अच्छा हो गया movie खत्म होगा और अभी ये कुछ light जला करके, so we can move our attention from the movie, right? So we are seeing the movie of this life. So when we become Krishna conscious, we have alternative. Oh, we have to go back home, back to God. That means you're seeing towards a big gate of the picture hall. So even the picture is going bad, you don't get so much affected because you're seeing the gate. अभी बाहर निकलना. Get the point? So that's what happens. The life becomes a movie. Now, why we are enjoying a movie, or while we feel suffering seeing the scene, or like cricket. You see cricket. Now, cricket, the people, so many people watch cricket. People break TV also if India loses a match. But how they are identifying with it, and that's how they are enjoying. But actually, they are not playing. They are not winning. कुछ 11 लोग बैट्समैन खेल रहे हैं, कुछ 11 वो कर रहे हैं, और ये लोग सारा पूरा एकदम इनका पूरा ऊपर नीचे हो जा रहा है. These people are getting up and down. These are people. So how that's happening? Just think about, because we identifying with the cricket, identifying with the team, identifying with our world. So therefore, we are going through sukha and dukkha. But when we become Krishna conscious and we understand there's a life beyond the sukha and dukkha, there's a life beyond the sukha and dukkha, and then we see the life beyond. That even problems come in life, we don't take it very seriously. Even too much happiness also come, we don't take seriously. But we start finding a greater happiness in Krishna consciousness, and that makes us go ahead, come out of this movie. And finally, after this death, we come out of the picture hall to the real world of having pastimes with Krishna. And that's where comes the 15th chapter. What happens in the spiritual world? What is life beyond this life? How to cut this tree of metal existence and come out of this picture and go to the real life, real eternal life. There. And that's what Krishna is saying, that he's waiting for us to come to that real life and the real place. So association with three modes, say. So somebody is sleeping, he becomes a polar bear. Somebody wants to show his body, then they become trees. See, this is actually a real story. This is uh, one Karuna Radhika Devi Mataji. She's in Hyderabad now. She wrote her story. So she did her MBBS and she married to Mr. Ravi. So Mataji was a doctor, husband, and manager. Now one day, while she was working in the hospital, he got sick. His husband got sick, and she got admitted in the hospital. And a call came to the hospital, come fast, your husband is just going to, through a crisis. And when she reached the hospital, then husband was okay and took the husband back. But husband was behaving very crazily. Husband was behaving crazily. So anything he will say like a child, I want to enjoy this. And she's not understanding how this happened to them. Now one day she came to her one friend invited her for a Gita course or Gita program, like the way there. So the first day she went, they're talking about near-death experiences. Near-death experience. So she met her. The next week she took her husband also. And when husband saw the near-death experiences and everything, both of them came back home, remove all the crabs from their flesh, kekra, and all the fishes from their flesh. And then the husband told, actually, I had a near death experience. So I felt that I went into a tunnel and I saw very amazing beings. And I was thinking life is very short, let me enjoy it. But when I went yesterday to the session, then I realized what happens after death. Everything makes so sense. And both of them became devotees there. And she was a doctor and she felt very satisfied, means in the sense materially they were very opulent and satisfied. But she was still feeling a kind of dissatisfaction in her life. And when she knew this, she took it very serious in this practice. She's a doctor there. So people go through their experiences with evolution in their consciousness. So कार्य कारण कर्तृत्वे हेतु प्रकृति उच्यते purusha sukha dukhana bhoktritve hetu उच्यते. There. So Prakriti and Purusha are eternal. Purusha Prakritistho hi bhukti prakrijan karana gusangasya. There. Now this verse number 23 talks about, see you see these two words, recite after me. Updrishta anumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwaraha paramatmeti chapi yukto dehe asmin purusha para. Okay, what the super soul is doing in our heart? So is Updrishta, he's seeing hey, what we are doing. Like you see these two birds, the one bird is eating the fruits, the other bird is watching. So Paramatma is just watching us. He's not eating the fruits of our karma. We are only eating the fruits of our karma. So there are bitter fruits and there are sweet fruits. And we're eating those fruits, this bird. And this bird is watching. Like this person is enjoying and the super soul is watching. Anumantacha, he sanctions everything. He tells Prakriti, oh, do this for him, do this for him. Anumanta. Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara. Paramatmiti Chapiti. In this body, there's another transcendental enjoyer who's a Lord, the supreme proprietor who exists as the overseer and permitter and who's known as the super soul. There. So seek after that. So when you realize the super soul, you become a seer. You can distinguish between spirit and matter. He sees indestructible super soul always accompanying indestructible living entities. He sees that how the Lord is accompanying everybody and therefore is respectful to everybody. The seeing super soul everywhere, he acts in proper knowledge and never degrades himself by pursuing selfish desires of the mind. Sama sarveshu bhutetu tishtatham parameshwara. So he sees the Paramatma in everyone's heart there. And as the sun alone animates all this universe, so does a living entity, one within the body, illuminate the entire body by consciousness. So there is much more which Krishna talks about different processes utilized in. And so we see the conclusion. So we are given this human body to use it for self-realization, don't waste it. These items of knowledge and practice will remove suffering in one's life. Soul is always dependent on super soul. Super soul is just waiting for us. When we get next body according to desires, we cultivate in this lifetime. And tomorrow, actually, we're going to talk about this three gunas, which is a very important topic. There. Like if you remember, I talk about Jiva, Purusha, Ishvara, and Prakriti. Jiva desires, Ishvara sanctions, and Prakriti executes. So, what is this Prakriti? How it works? What is it? Devi Esha Gunamai? You know, there. So, we're going to discuss tomorrow in the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So finally, I could end this today's class on time, 9 p.m. there. So we chant 54 times, and then we'll have question and answer session. Right. So actually, this chanting awakens this knowledge of the Kshetra and the Kshetragya. There. Okay. Vishnu Prabhu, please. Put the yeah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yes. Any questions? And I want devotees to ask more questions because the sign of learning means questions. If you're learning means you will have questions. And if you're not able to raise electronically hand, if you open your video and say like this, still I can unmute you, right? And there. So if you're not able to electronically raise, आप अपना हाथ ऐसे कर सकते हो वीडियो ऑन करके. And I was there. Okay, Shushman Nair Mataji. Okay, so one good news so we have make the link that whenever you give the quiz, you will get immediate results. Okay. Sushmana, I think is on there. Mamta? Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Will Krishna manifest your desires, whatever you wish? Will he help in manifestation of desires?
It means fulfilling desire or give you desires?
I mean, my desires. Will he help me attain
if
my
it's good.
desires?
See, if it is good for you, he will help. If it is not good for you, he may delay. He may purify the heart and give in a way which is better for you. Just like your parents. Like if a child is asking, I will eat chocolate, but his teeth are bad, then father will not give a chocolate, right? But when the teeth becomes okay, then father will give him much better chocolate to the son. There. The same way, God is all merciful and all potent to give us anything. But he will see whether this thing will be harmful to us or whether this will be beneficial. Then he will give to us. Right?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Gayatri Shna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I am very confused actually. Our feelings are felt by soul or body? Like if we are feeling
So, see,
happy
body is
or
dead.
sad.
See, the feelings are in the mind, but they're experienced by the soul.
But that comes under Kshetra or Kshetrajna. Like
no, see, soul is Kshetrajna. Soul is Kshetrajna. The feelings are the transformations of the mind. Feelings are the transformation of the mind. See, there are material feelings, there are spiritual feelings. So I saw that the soul is different from all these 24 elements, but the soul also has a spiritual mind, a spiritual intelligence, a spiritual body. But now, right now, it is in Sankuchit form, right? When you practice bhakti, then our spiritual mind awakens, and then spiritual feelings awaken. So they are of the soul. So right now, we don't have spiritual feelings. Now we have material feelings. But because of material feeling, the soul is connected to those feelings through the ahankara. So you think it is yours. For example, somebody says something wrong to me, then my whole day goes thinking upon that. Right? Now, but if you just think the person doesn't know who am I, then how can he insult me? He has insulted my bodily identifications. But I have taken that bodily identifications very, very seriously. So due to which what is happening, I am taking it very seriously. But just like cricket, cricket is in the TV or in your mind. Why we feel happy when India wins there? Because there's an identification. When India loses, we feel bad because there's an identification. So who is feeling good or bad? We. The India is winning or losing. Or the cricket team, the 11 players are winning or losing, but we are feeling that happy or joy. Like how? Because we're identifying with it. Same way, though the problems are happening in the mind, but the soul takes the mind, identifies with the mind, and takes the mind very seriously. And that's why we suffer. Are you able to point there? So, but the same feelings are directed towards service to God, they become spiritual. No problem. As you keep chanting, keep coming and take devotee association, you will get all these answers. That's why Krishna says, Pratyash Avgamam Dharmayam. Okay. Archana Kamalkar Mataji.
Shri Krishna. Namaste. See, what I understand is God is within us, self. That's why we do Atma Pradakshina also, right? And God, we see God in every person that we meet, or uh, every living and non-living creature also, as God Himself told. So why do we differentiate, like, as a human or a soul and God again? Like, why do we differentiate that?
Oh, yeah. See, God is infinite and we are infinitesimal. We are Anu, God is Vibhu. God is great. And we know only our body. God knows everybody else's body. There's a difference. So, some people think that after liberation, you go and merge in the Lord. But that's what not Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
We go to spiritual world and serve the Lord in our spiritual form, a spiritual body. So this we will discuss in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita about the spiritual world there. So we have an eternal relationship with God. God is our master, we are his servant. We do bhakti to him.
Okay.
Like Hanuman is rendering service to Lord Ram. Hanumanji did not become Ram. There's a distinction or not. Hanumanji always considers himself as a saver. And Ram is Bhagwan. So that is our relationship with God. Happiness comes from relationships, right? Yes, Anil Prabhu.
My question is, our body is gross body and subtle body is mind, intelligence and false ego. So when the I will die or any living entity is die, so subtle body, subtle body goes away from the gross body. And
so the Yam Dutas, they cannot take the soul. They take a subtle body and soul goes behind.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And subtle body doesn't die. Subtle body only goes from one body to another.
Yes, Prabhuji. So in the subtle body, mind also is.
Yes, mind, intelligence, false ego, all are there.
So, Prabhuji, we have studied in the mind, the memory is stored, what I did. So that memory is not going to the other body, no?
No, they go, but now they are in a subconscious state. So it's not there available. But when people do past life regression, sometimes those memories are seen also.
Okay, Prabhuji. And the Prabhuji, when the soul will go to back to go back to Godhead, then the subtle body will go, or it will.
No, the subtle body will remain and the spiritual body will develop, spiritual mind will develop. With that, it will go back to God.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Jagdish Prabhu, you raised the hand before.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, like as you mentioned in one of the slide, tolerating like insult and one more, what was that? In like Prahalada, we need to tolerate insult and one more you said.
Yeah, Prahat tolerating. Yeah, and
one of the slide you said we need to tolerate like one was insult and one more quality
honor,
of
honor, honor also. See, when people honor also, our head will go very high. That time also you have to tolerate. In fact, tolerating honor is more difficult than tolerating insult.
now question is on insult in public, how to tolerate.
Yeah, difficult, no? So there are three things to tolerate. First is Shitushna, heat and cold, which is little difficult, but not so difficult. Second is happiness and distress, which is at the level of mind. Heat and cold on the level of body. Happiness and distress on the level of mind. Honor and dishonor is on the level of falsehood. That was the most difficult to control. So as we keep making spiritual advancement, we learn how to tolerate.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Uncle Prabhuji. Yes.
Prabhuji, my question is around around the karma yoga, right? So you spoke about detachment from results. Now, so I find it very difficult to practice because the society is hardwired around the results, right? So
Yes. So we are
and
very practical.
now if for example, if somebody fails again and again, right, even with best of efforts, even the family starts uh, perceiving the person as a failure.
Yes.
Now while living in this environment, how to practice the detachment, that is a question. And how to come into I mean, someone who has reached to that complete Krishna conscious level, then definitely for that person it is possible. But someone who is on
It's
the way
new.
and who's
Yeah, it was new. This is difficult. I agree with you. See, there is a difference between goal and result. So devotee works hard for a goal, but understand that even you work hard for a goal, results are not in his hand. Yes or no? What do you think? Even you work hard, but still results are not coming. That means not in our hand. No, there's a Paramatma to sanction it. So we keep working hard for a good goal, and when the Lord desires, we'll again be successful with that.
But how can one stay indifferent to the results?
Okay,
Both for success and failure, but
okay, even you're not indifferent to result, but anyway, results are not in your hand. No, this point you can understand, which can make you a little relaxed in your life when results are not coming. You got my point? And Bhagavad Gita proves it. See, it's okay, you're not detached from the result, but at least we understand the results are not in our hand. So what to do?
that then takes a form of helplessness, right? Rather than surrendering the results to Krishna, then the notion becomes that I have nothing in my control and I am helpless.
So I have only control to do my duty, what God has given. And then you do your duty. And I'll honestly tell you, I was in my 4th year of engineering. I did prepare for my placements and I got a job too. Then I sat for a CAT paper because my mother told me, but I never prepared for the CAT. You know? And first time I'm seeing a CAT paper, but I have no worry about the result. And I was chanting the holy names, in my mind while writing the paper. And believe me, I was not good at English, but I got good marks in English, means normal marks, and I got a call from IIM Bangalore. So that's sometime I realized when you detach from result, your efficiency is very high
Okay.
because you can fully absorb in your work. So even practically, you see, in practical life, it works.
Yeah.
Because the stress reduces your efficiency, whatever you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Right? It makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Yes, Payal Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I have two questions regarding the sense part. First is what is in working senses, what is the anu, and that and
What
second
is the what is
anu
the
anu Prabhu anu. In working senses, you have mentioned hands, leg,
no,
and
it's not
all.
anu, it's anus, rectum.
Yes. Okay, okay. And Prabhu, like you says, like through the senses, we are perceiving the signal, and through the Vankic senses, we are doing. And what subtle senses? What is the role of subtle senses, Prabhu?
So subtle sense, the knowledge acquiring senses, subtle senses only, no? Eyes, ears, nose.
Okay. So, like Prabhu, see, we are mind is the, as you said, we are seeing and we are receiving the knowledge, and we are seeing through the mind, like mind senses. Like suppose we are seeing through the mind eyes. So whatever knowledge we are receiving, like we are storing in the mind, or how it is, Prabhu. I could not able to
Yeah.
understand how.
Therefore, spiritual knowledge, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. You can know spiritual information through your mind. But spiritual knowledge is revealed by Guru, revealed by the Chaitya Guru, the Paramatma in our heart. Only when you reveal. Now we are hearing about soul. You go after the session, we'll forget who are we. Right? There.
Yeah.
But only when Paramatma reveals that knowledge, then you understand, oh, yes, that's part of it. Now, you're hearing about Paramatma. After you go back, you forget where is this Paramatma, where he stays and is in the heart of all things. But when
Mm-hmm.
he reveals this knowledge, then actually you will see the Paramatma in everybody's heart. And he doesn't directly do it, he does through the medium of Guru. He
Okay.
learns it. And then when seeing our sincerity, he reveals that knowledge. So which comes from our heart, right? In Jnana Deepena Bhasvata. Buddhi Yoga.
Okay. Prabhu, can you tell me about that part I asked, that working senses in that anus? Like what is it?
Is anus.
And as Prabhu could
Is
not able.
rectum. A
Okay.
rectum means behind part from where stool comes out.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank.
If there's a problem in that part, people get piles and no, so many problems come.
Okay. Sure, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Okay. I think last question also. Yes.
प्रभुजी मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है many times, I mean, I actually thought of reading Bhagavad Gita. In fact, when I could not, I got the book, I kept it in the shelf multiple times, even from ISKCON, right? It is there in the shelf. And I thought like I'm not able to read, so I listen. So listening also, I could read detailed listening. I could listen 3 chapters thoroughly. And then again, for whatever reasons, there was a pause almost a year, 1 year. And my goal has been like, I should have completed Bhagavad Gita in 2024. Thankfully, I mean, I missed at that time. Thankfully, one of my friends forwarded this and I'm able to hear this. I'm really grateful. Question is like, what if I'm not able to dedicate time to like, sit and read, like, as a puja ghar mein baith ke padhna, aise, I mean, it's not possible that way. So is it okay to read while traveling or like,
Yes,
in
yes, it's
drive?
perfectly okay to read while traveling and things. The main thing, whenever you read, you should be absorbed in reading.
Yeah. Okay. Or sometimes listening to it while doing any other chores. Is it okay or
Yeah,
like
if we can be absorbed, it's okay. But generally, when we are doing other course, we may
mhm,
not be absorbed in the message. So, whole point is whatever you do it attentively.
attentively?
So, if you're able to do attentively, it's fine. But if your mind is somewhere and doing, then it just goes in the background. You lose a taste for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I should ask this, but I may want to ask it shamelessly, if that is okay. See, when I do meditation in the morning, like, which is before taking bath, in fact, like, early in the morning when when I do meditation, along with meditation, I also do like, prayer, which in fact, as you said, listening to Bhagavad Gita or something good, it satisfies the soul, right? So when I meditate and after that I do some like, little bit of spiritual practice, I feel really happy. My soul feels happy. But that is without taking bath. So does that all really matter ki we should do these only after taking bath? Like, that would actually hinder. It's an obstacle to, in fact, time
See,
bound and all that.
it is better to do after taking bath. It's not mandatory to do taking after bath. If it is meditation and chanting, but if it is something related to the deities of Krishna, you have to take a bath.
Mm-hmm.
You can't touch a deity of Krishna without taking a bath if you have a deity at home and all that. So there you need those purity and thing. But chanting is advised to do, but it's not like you can't do without taking a bath.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for clarifying.
Okay, so thank you very much for coming, and tomorrow we'll see the 14th chapter. We're learning about the 3 modes in details, and you'll feel it very relevant in your life. Yes, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.